right, N.O.G.A.S. podcast. Dean here. I'm joined today by the director of the 48-Hour Film Festival, Cathleen Dean.
Hey.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I'm really excited that you're here. For people who don't know, the 48-Hour Film Festival is a festival that you have 48 hours to write, write, shoot, and then edit a film. And then you have to drop it off at a certain deadline at a drop-off zone, right?
That's right.
And you give a prop, a line, and a name of a character? Is that how you do it?
Exactly.
Still?
And then you pick your genre out of a hat.
Right, and you pick a genre out of a hat, and you usually get 2 genres, right?
You get, that's a pretty new rule. We just started doing it, I think, last year. So you get 2 genres, you get to choose one or the other, and go for it.
You get to blend it in, too, if you want.
Yeah, that's the fun part, too. Those are the films that I find most interesting, where they blend genres.
Yeah. Last year, I had the privilege of participating in this, and me and my team, unfortunately, missed the deadline and failed miserably. What we ended up turning in, unfortunately, you guys still showed and premiered at the actual premiere. And I have to tell you that we got angry emails from the actors who went to the premiere.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because we didn't sync up the audio in time. So a lot of it was like dead air. And one actress, a SAG actress, she emailed us, the producer, and said, you made me waste money on tolls so my husband could be fake polite about how good the movie was to me. And we had an argument that night, and I blame you guys.
Oh, my God. Now, I know the 48 has been responsible for bringing people together,
Yeah.
but this is the first that I've heard it's like breaking up a marriage. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
You guys got to rectify that this year.
We totally are. That's why we had to join and sign up this year, and we're back with a vengeance. We have a real goal in mind.
Good. I like to think it's never a failure, and that's why we screen everybody's work, because it's an experience. Often people are working with people they've never worked with before. Mm-hmm. And how many people have actually done a film in 48 hours?
Not many.
Yeah.
Not many people. And for good reason. I mean, it's just not ideal to write and direct and do all that, because it's like you're going to miss out some parts,
But it is ideal because it's that push that a lot of us need, because we could be working on a script for, 10 years, 5 years, trying to put our crew together for 9 months. But, that tight deadline just forces you to get a project done. And, and then we celebrate it. You meet some new people. We have a good time, hopefully. Don't piss off too many actors in the process. But then you can always take what you made in the 48 hour and tweak it, reshoot some scenes to make it better and enter it in other festivals.
Yeah, that's exactly right. We ended up finishing the film that we did last year, the debacle that it was. We made it as best as it was going to get, and it still was bad. But whatever, this year we're going to make sure that it's good and that we could hopefully enter it into other festivals. So we have a really good team.
And what are you doing differently?
Oh, well, this time we won't be using 2 4K cameras like we did last year.
Okay, one camera?
One camera at 1080p.
Okay,
because rendering that 4K was time consuming itself. And what else we're going to do? We're going to make sure that we have an indoor location because it rained on us last year.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. And we shot in the rain, but it was just not good. It was not, it took a lot of time out. And then what else? And then editing wise, we have to be there editing, because last year we threw all that footage onto our editor's lap and it was too much for him.
Yeah, it's best to edit as you go. So you've learned some valuable lessons from your experience.
I shouldn't even be saying these secrets.
Let's share them. Come on, you want to share the knowledge. We want to have a lot of films in the competition, don't we?
I guess get the clean win, but whatever. I want to win so bad. I don't want. Matter of fact, a friend of mine reminded another school chum of ours to enter in her own team during the early bird special. Mm-hmm. And I got mad at my friend, like, why are you helping them? Even if it's an extra $20 that they have to pay for a regular admission, whatever, that's $20 less in their budget. So like, I
you're
really
a tough
want to
competitor, huh?
I don't like losing. Last year I was the assistant director, so I take some of the blame, but it was ultimately our director's fault. And we all had our faults in it, but this year, no excuses. We're going in and we're going in to win.
All right. Well, just remember to have a good time while you're doing it.
No, forget that. We're winning.
All right. Well, I hope you win, and I hope you get selected to go to Cannes, because it's about time we got a South Florida film at the Cannes Film Festival.
Matter of fact, talk about that. That leads me to my next question. You just came from Cannes, right? Is it
did.
Cannes or Cannes?
It's Cannes.
The French don't say the S, do they?
No, they don't.
Okay.
And it's not con like a con job. It's Cannes. So I just got back from Cannes. Yes, thank you very much. The 48-hour film project screened 14 films at the Short Corner.
Ooh.
And HP is a sponsor of the overall festival. They're also a sponsor of the 48, so they had a special competition, and they had 4 teams competing in a special film off. So we saw those films, and they had a magnificent champagne reception for us. Everybody was dressed to the nines. We did the red carpet.
Nice.
It was all of that. Yeah.
Wow. How many days were you out there?
Unfortunately, I was only there for 5 days. Next year, I want to go for the whole festival.
5 days, unfortunately. Oh, hard life.
They
really cut you short there.
Well, I had to hurry up back here to get everything ready for this year's 48.
That's awesome. That sounds like super fun. Did you make any connections out there?
Oh my God, a lot of connections. My first night there, I ran into Ava DuVernay.
Oh, wow, really?
Yes.
Who's that?
Oh my God, Ava is only like the baddest woman in the film business right now. She came out of California a few years ago. I think she started off as a publicity person for a
PR?
studio, doing PR for a studio. And then her first film, won all kind of awards at Sundance. And then she started this movement to help independent films get distribution. So she really took it to another level. And she directed Selma.
Okay.
A Wrinkle in Time.
Oh, with Oprah.
13.
This is Oprah's friend. Oh my God, I'm sorry, Oprah. I'm sorry, Ava. Forgive my ignorance. I love you. All right, I do know you. I'm sorry. Okay. Awesome. So you met her?
Met her the first night there. Yeah, we were
coming
from a little party. And I
You said that really political. Why did you say it like that?
Because I was describing it to everybody. My friends and I stumbled out of a club
right,
in the middle of the night
or
wee hours of the morning.
We know what you guys are doing over there. It's no secret.
Yeah, one too many glasses of champagne. And
that's all good.
Some really good music. Great people from all over the world. And we were making our way to the corner to catch an Uber. Mm. And I turned around, and she was standing right there. And I was like, Ava DuVernay, hey, I love your work. She came right over. She was very sweet and gracious. I was like, let's get a picture. She took my phone. She got a picture of me and my friends.
Oh,
it was nice. And
wait. Did you ask for a picture with her, or just take a picture for you and your friends?
No, I wanted her to get a picture of all of us. And go to my Facebook page. You see the picture up there.
Awesome. That'd be funny. But can I get a picture? And it's just you and your friends, and you have her take the picture. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that would have tripped her out.
So what did you guys talk about? Or did you ladies talk about?
We didn't talk too much. She was trying to. She had some friends with her, and there was a French director and Haitian actor Jimmy Jean-Louis. You know him?
I feel like I heard of him before.
He was in. There was a big screening here last summer of the Toussaint Louverture movie.
I know him.
He played Toussaint Louverture.
I worked that screening.
Did you?
Yeah, with
that movie was phenomenal.
It was really good. It was long, but it was really good.
It was excellent. I had been following it for years, waiting for it to come to the United States. So I was really happy to see it here.
So you saw him?
I saw him. Yeah, He was really sweet. He was happy that somebody recognized him. Very gracious.
It was an awesome movie. He did very well. It was very well shot. It was. I'm surprised that movie's not bigger than what it is. I mean, it's not a rinky-dink movie. Like it's technically it's a low-budget film, though, right?
Yeah, I think a low-budget independent production. And I don't know what their hiccup was in getting it to the United States. I think if they had gotten it over here, sooner after they wrapped it, it probably would have been bigger.
Yeah, because it was legit. It was really good. It was. And then he had the YouTube live of himself, talking to the crowd.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he Skyped in.
He Skyped in. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
real gracious guy. Real cool and incredible actor.
that's authentic. He was the same way when I bumped into him on the street in the south of France.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, real nice.
Awesome. So what did you talk to him about? Just maybe getting to work
No,
with us?
it was late at night, and the next day, of course, I was like, damn, why didn't I invite them all to South Florida for a filmmaking?
Did you get
something or other?
flustered? Is that what happened?
It was so unexpected.
Right.
It was late at night, and we
Did
figured the festivities were over, but that's the thing. Okay, so pointers for when you go next year.
Okay.
You got to be ready at all times, because it's just everybody's walking around. We spent a couple of nights having drinks in some of the hotel lobbies, and Kate Blanchett rolled through, Woody Harrelson. I mean, everybody's just there vibing, enjoying the love of film that the French have. Is really amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, I will be ready. If I ever go out there, I will make sure to know who half of these people are, first off, because they're so behind the scenes that you don't even really, you know their names, but I would have never recognized Ava.
Oh, no?
No. Like how? Unless I research her,
Yeah.
There's only a few people, unless they're actors, but I definitely will take that. That's my next type of goal after crushing the 48-hour film festival this year.
All right, let's crush it.
What else notable happened over there in Cannes in your 5 days? Best movie that you've seen?
Okay, so I saw a lot of the 48-hour films. So we had 14. They were phenomenal. But some of the other films that premiered at the festival, Spike Lee's new film, Black Klansman.
Black KKK Landsman.
Yeah, he won, I think, the Grand Prix prize, which is like second place.
Okay.
Which is pretty phenomenal, because he had been there, I guess, 20 years earlier with Do the Right Thing, and he didn't win for that. But I saw him too. He was super thrilled to be there.
Did you see the movie?
No. Oh, you know what else? Okay, so the way the festival works is you have to apply for accreditation. You can't just buy a festival pass. I didn't even think about that because of all the things I had going on here. So I just I knew I was going to have access and be there to support the 48-hour film makers. That was my primary reason for going to the festival. Yeah. So everything else was kind of like just a sweet bonus on the side, but it was really there to just support the 48. And our creator Mark Rupert was there. His cohort Liz Langston did not make it this year, but Mark was there and he was holding it down. There were filmmakers from the Caribbean who flew in, who had a film screening, from Amsterdam, from all over France. There was a team from Japan. It is such an amazing international experience, which leads me to Filmapalooza. So after we have our city competitions, the film that gets voted best goes to our end of the year competition, which is called Filmapalooza. So at that event, which was in Paris this year, all of the top films screen, and you meet people from everywhere. It is such an amazing experience. I can call filmmakers from Manchuria to South Africa.
Wow.
And say, hey, can you go out and shoot some, Mount Kilimanjaro for me or whatever? And
B-roll.
Yeah,
and send it to me. I'll give you credit.
and they're there to do it. It's really the 48 really connects you to the world, to an international pool of filmmakers, which is one of the reasons that I love it.
Yeah, that definitely brings me to my next thing about it. One of the pros, because last year the premiere, it was 3 groups, and you had 2 days of premieres, right? For one.
Yeah, we did 2 days. Mm-hmm.
Right, and I met so many people. Some people that I actually use to star in my pilot. One of the guys that I met from over there. Yeah.
That's the other great thing. There's so many collaborations. There's so many people that would never have known each other had it not been for the 48, who after this is all said and done go and do different projects together. Yeah. And have had tremendous success on those projects.
Exactly. So. One of somebody who critiqued it didn't really like the films because whatever, it kind of, in their opinion, fed into the stereotype of the film industry here in Miami being a dead end business or just people playing pretend. But it's not about like the quality of the film. It's not easy to make a film in 48 hours. You know, they're not gonna be Oscar worthy. You know, half of them are gonna be just first draft at best. You know, but other than that, like the people who've practiced and get it done right, which there are a few really good ones that looks like I think they cheated because there was one that I got to show you later, and you got to give me an answer to this one because I don't know how they did this in 48 hours. But anyways, just the connections is a super pro to everything. The Little Haiti Cultural Center where you had it last year was a great venue for it. It wasn't just like some backyard.
Right. Let's get back to the cheating part. So,
Okay.
you know, we have those elements in place so that we know the people made the film in that 48-hour time period. Because they're not going to know their genre until the kickoff Friday night.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not going to know the elements until like 7 p.m. that Friday night. And I don't even know them. I get emailed them that day, like an hour before kickoff.
Okay.
So it's all...
No, I'm not saying that they did cheat, but it just, my point is that they were so good.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying.
You know, like I know you guys have a meticulous way to make sure that no one cheats. You can't just pop in an insert of you using the prop that is issued.
No, because the judges are going to know that's like whack.
Yeah, it's not going to fit in, you
Yeah.
know? So, no, I know that, but the point is that it's great practice, you know, and it's everything, like deadlines are super important in the film industry. Networking is super important. Just stuff like that, like things that is beyond your control, like given your genre and stuff like that. You know, everyone wants to be a director,
Right.
but everybody wants to be the David Lynch or make their own style of movie. It doesn't work like that. Sometimes, at first, you might be given a shot if you're blessed and lucky, and they're gonna give you Sharknado, and your job is to make Sharknado
With
what
Sharknado.
it is. Exactly. Exactly. Your job is to make it big and good, you know, so it's very unforgiving, and that's kind of what I really like about the 48.
Yeah, it gets the adrenaline pumping. It's that, you know, that excitement, that thrill that you know you got just a short amount of time to do all. And you know, we all love filmmaking, so that, you know, that's where the joy starts. And then, all right, we you know, a lot of the people that do the project are industry professionals. You know, they're working at, you know, a news station or churning out government videos, and you know, the 48 gives them an opportunity to be creative and to have some real fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, what's your background in film? You like to direct, write, act?
I just did a little acting piece. Oh, this is a guy. That's so funny. My phone's ringing. This is a guy that asked me to act in his movie.
Oh, really?
I don't
Look
know
at that.
what he thought, but
You called them with your mind.
right. Let me. Can't talk now. It was fun. I played a psychiatrist, but I think I'm going to stay behind the camera.
Yeah.
I seem to be gravitating towards producing, so for now I'm going to kind of stick with that.
Putting everything together. I mean, you're great at it.
Yeah, I have a lot of resources. I do have a little short that I'm planning to direct later this summer when the 48 is all said and done. I wrote it, and it's real short, but just to kind of get back in there and experience that again. Because doing the 48 for the last, I don't know how many years, has kept me kind of away from filmmaking. I've just been, you know, a festival producer. So I want to get back to creating.
Okay. How many? You've been for a few years already, like
Since 2010.
2010. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a lot of experience to be a bigger, like, produce bigger things and
Thank you.
you know, make other things happen.
You know, I hope that the 48 will grow. I hope that people, you know, and you know, we have our diehards who do it year after year after year, and new people that come in. There's a lot of things that come up. Time, you know, this year it's right after the holiday. It's in the summer. A lot of the college students that would normally want to participate, you know, leave here and go wherever they came from.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm hoping to grow it.
It'll grow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's been growing. I mean, it's two groups this year, but only because it falls in Memorial Weekend, kind of like around this time. But either way, that script that you wrote it then, so you're a writer as well.
Yes.
What genre is it?
It's drama.
It's drama.
It's drama. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and
it's a partial period piece. It's about a racial incident with a Tuskegee Airman. So it starts in modern day, and then it flashes back to 1942 or 3.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. What gave you the inspiration for it?
Oh gosh, it was a friend of mine from Walterboro, South Carolina. Told me that the Tuskegee Airmen actually trained at an airport there, and he's in the real estate business. He happened to purchase one of the homes that some of the airmen lived in while they were training. So that kind of got my imagination going and came up with a little story.
Nice. Yeah. So it's a drama.
Yeah, it's a drama.
Okay. And like people, directors and stuff, like if I were you, I would just pick out the best people who won the 48.
And have them direct it?
And just pick the director from this team, the producer from that team, the actor from that other team, that.
I thought about that, but I just, definitely for the other crew members, but I think I just want to feel what it's like to direct a film again, because it's been a little while for me.
Oh, you're going to go right back to the 48 producing. You're going to go right back because, oh my God. It's so fun, but it's at the same time, I
know. That's probably what I've enjoyed about the producing. It's like, in pre-production, I'm doing most of my work, putting the people and the places together and all the other elements and getting those things situated for the director to step in and do all the hard work.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's just that's your thing. Our director's thing is that, he doesn't mind that. Like the same way you look at that as at producing is the same way a director would look at directing, because I hate paperwork.
Yeah.
I'm the worst with paperwork. I don't even like signing my name on stuff. That's how bad I am with paperwork. But like, you need just a producer who's able to do all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
and that's the key to success, is getting people who are good at those different things. Because it takes a lot of people to make a film, and there's nothing more challenging than having like 8 people, as part of your crew, and everybody wants to be a director. Have you ever been on a production like that where everybody's directing the talent, and the talent's like...
the first 2 classes of my film production, where everyone wants to be a director. This one kid had a director hat. Oh, God, I hated him. We're friends now, but he wore this director hat. Every single class, I wanted to just quit. But yeah, no, go ahead. So that's your experience then. That's your thing.
Yeah, it's you got to really find... you got to find a talented cinematographer, someone who's really good at audio mixing, your serious gaffer and grip and art direction, and and there are people out there who are passionate about those areas of filmmaking, and you bring it all together and you guys make movie magic together.
Something official.
Yeah.
And if it's not good, your best hope is for it to be as good as The Room, or as bad as The Room.
Right, as bad.
Right.
It's so bad it's good.
Yeah, it becomes this global phenomenon.
Yeah.
Jesus. Have you done any films before? Like, you've worked on other projects or produced like something that's out or been in festivals?
Yeah, actually. Okay, so a little bit about me. Okay, where do I start? Okay, my background, I started off in radio and television. I come from New York, Westchester County. Some people don't consider me a real New Yorker, but I spent a lot of time in the city. So I think
that counts for something. Right. It's better than being from Jersey.
Yeah, okay, thank you. And I worked for CBS Radio right before I moved here.
Uh-oh. Sorry, hold on, give me a second.
Oh,
that's coming in? No.
It's a vacuum cleaner?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been wanting to get one of those. Do they really do a good job?
I haven't swept my floor in months since I got it.
Oh.
Awesome. Yeah, sorry, that
does it go everywhere
Roomba.
now?
Yeah, it goes everywhere. It doesn't get stuck. It's awesome. The Roomba, I suggest it to everyone.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, it costs a little money. It costs like $200. You can find one for $150. But it's such a great, like I said, I don't
program it. They need to send you another one for like plugging it on the show.
Yeah, please, Roomba, please. Please sponsor me. But anyways, okay. So you were
Okay,
at
yeah,
CBS.
so my background was in communications, and I worked for CBS Radio in New York City, and I worked for nobody probably remembers the show. I'm dating myself, but the McNeil Air News Hour. It was a PBS news show. It's still on. And then I moved to South Florida, and I worked for radio here. WLRN's. They had a merger with the Miami Herald. They still have the news show.
Okay.
And then I started dabbling in film, and wrote a couple of screenplays, produced some shorts, and then I started teaching video production. I taught video production and documentary film for 7 years at NOVA, Southeastern University,
Okay. Cool.
as an adjunct professor. And then last year I decided I love teaching so much, I want to do it full time. So I took the plunge, and I'm now a student at the University of Miami working on my MFA.
Nice. Congrats.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Feels weird, but
Yeah, because sometimes you feel like you know more than the teacher, right? I bet you feel that.
no, I'm blown away by how much I'm still learning.
Really?
The University of Miami has the most amazing faculty there. But the weird thing for me was sitting in the desk and not being the teacher.
Right.
So
The
that
other-
was the
yeah.
weird thing.
Matter of fact, yeah, you're right. It's just that I went to Miami-Dade College, so that is a far other. You know that Miami-Dade College had their graduation at UM?
They did. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Did you graduate?
Yeah, like 2 weeks ago.
Congratulations.
Thanks, but it's MDC, whatever.
No, I love MDC.
Oh, God.
Are you kidding? Some of the best 48-hour films I've seen have come out of MDC.
Really? That's very nice of
Yeah.
you to say. That's
Yeah.
very nice of you to say, but I'm
No,
sorry, I'm a little
seriously.
scorned because they didn't even put me in the commencement book.
What happened? Did you miss your photo shoot?
No, they just hate. I've had such a bad. I can't even. This is a whole nother
Oh.
podcast. But I found it funny that they had the graduation at UM, almost as if to say like, "Oh, look where you couldn't afford to graduate from." Like, so
You
it
can
was
still
like,
get your master's over there.
yeah. Well,
Don't let the price tag scare you. There's ways around it.
is there? Please, yeah, because
yeah, there's scholarships and fellowships, and sometimes you got to take a leap of faith. We were talking about Les Brown. Isn't that part of? You know, everything is not revealed to us up front. Sometimes you just gotta go for what you want, follow your heart, and everything kind of falls into place.
Yeah, good. I might. I'm already have my mindset for California. So
Oh wow!
UM,
California is not a bad decision.
Right. Yeah, it's not a bad
Gonna
plunge
say
there.
goodbye to Florida.
For now, I'll bring something back if I could. But if not, then you'll never see me again. But UM, you like UM then?
I love it. I love UM.
You're in, how many classes? Is it like film production 1 to 4? Or is it like
Well,
broken down into 2
I
classes?
just finished my first year, and it was 4 classes, each semester.
Mm-hmm.
Film appreciation, cinematography 1, intro to screenplay writing.
Okay.
What was the other class I took last semester? I think it was a directing class. And then second semester, Avid editing.
Nice.
Another screenwriting class, producing class.
Yeah, I wish I could ask for a refund at MDC because we haven't even looked at Avid, number 1.
Yeah.
And that's like an industry standard program of editing. Director's class? No. Oh, wow. Go ahead, continue. I'm just...
Yeah. Well, what is the program there?
Film production 1 through 4. We don't even get to touch an actual real camera until film production 3, maybe.
Mhm.
The first 2 semesters are a Panasonic camcorder. I don't know what brand or what model. The second class is Blackmagic Micro. And then the third class is Blackmagic Mini. And then the fourth class, if you're lucky, if you're able to get it, you get the Blackmagic Cinema or the Canon Mark III 5D. And then at an advanced workshop, which is like the advanced for the bachelors, you get to touch the 4K Blackmagic, the old one, not the new Ursa Mini. You get the big Ursa, which is cool. And then for workshop 2, which is the last one for the bachelors, you get to touch a red.
Oh.
which I know for a fact, because you hooked me up with some people from UM for a shoot, that you guys get reds all the time.
Well, no, there were a few people who didn't get their hands on the red, but
Okay, well, what was the alternative? What was the alternative? Like a big black magic?
no. Some people shot on the Canon 5D. Some people used Sony's.
That's awesome. That's great. You know,
Yeah.
I prefer that. I prefer an iPhone over the
Well, there you go.
Panasonic.
That's a good point, because it's not really about the tool. I mean, okay, yeah, you do get that beautiful picture quality, but
I get
you
it.
can look at Tangerine, and what was the other film shot on an iPhone?
Yes, that's great. But you know what? That's not what they were going for.
Yeah.
That's not what MDC. They weren't trying to Mr. Miyagi type of teach us a lesson. It's just that they're cheap. All right. Now the Wolfson one, they bought 2 Sonys for some reason. I don't know why, and they're just collecting dust. And I know they bought them because I used to intern for NBC TV, and we took it to them, and they were like, "How do we use this?" And we were like, had to show them and stuff. So it's like, you know, I don't mean to trash MDC, but oh god, every time I hear a story from UM and how happy people are at UM, it kind of.
Well, and remember too, it's a master's program. You were doing a bachelor's program.
I was doing an associates just to try it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a difference too, you know, as you go up in levels.
But you start off pretty up, right?
I have nothing but love for you. I've been so happy being a student there again. I can't even begin to tell. Sometimes I feel guilty. I'm enjoying it so much.
You know what? Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Let it out. What else? What else do you love about it? Come on, please tell me. I'm gonna live vicariously through you then.
I just love that they encourage us to just get out there and to make films, even over the summer. That's why I'm shooting my short, my Tuskegee Airman short. They don't want us to get rusty. They want us to keep our tools sharp and to prepare for the next semester and come in strong and ready to go with some more quality filmmaking. So, constantly working our craft and building it. The encouragement is tremendous. And big shout out to the University of Miami School of Communication. They are sponsoring the 48-hour film project this year. All of our screenings are going to take place at the Cost Cinema.
Where's that?
That's right there on the campus.
Awesome. So it's not going to be at the Little Haiti place?
No, not at Little Haiti this year.
Okay.
We had to go where Little Haiti's been good to us, but UM was showing us some love. So
Question though, big question: are they gonna let us drink on campus?
I'm waiting to hear back from them.
Oh, please, UM, please. Not that it's super important, but it adds a touch of socializing.
Yes, it loosens everybody up a little bit.
It does.
So we'll see. I'm waiting for the email. We'll find out.
Campuses are kind of anal about that,
Yeah.
but
Well, they
we'll see.
have a bar on campus. There's it's called, what's it called?
Do they? Is it for the football
It's
team?
called the Rat.
The Rat?
That's the nickname, but yeah, they do have. Yeah, Nova Southeastern University had a bar too. That was the first time I ever experienced a bar on campus. I was like a little shocked.
Really?
But I guess Florida students know how to handle their liquor. They're not.
No, that's not at all the case.
Oh.
No. We just, I don't know. We just abuse it, I guess. I don't know. I wish we had. Now I hate MDC even more now. We never had a bar. What the? Jesus. No, great. That's awesome. Then it's on the UM campus this year. Is it going to be 2 days or one?
It's going to be one day. So the screenings are going to start, depending on how many teams, people still sign up until the last minute. I would love it if our South Florida filmmakers would all register during the early bird period. It would make the planning so much easier.
Of course.
But in true Floridian fashion, a lot of us wait until the last minute.
Yeah.
But we keep it open up until the day of. You can register.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking if we do get enough for 3 screenings, they'll start somewhere around 4 o'clock for the first screening, and then the last one will be around 9. So there'll be a little break in between.
Awesome.
And it makes it easier because I figure, too, people are traveling from all over the Tri-County area, so they can get there and get home before it's too late.
Yeah, I mean, it's you don't even really worry about time when you're there because it's such a cool vibe, such a nice little premiere.
What did you like about it?
Oh, I liked some of the girls. I got a few of their numbers, that's for sure.
All the gorgeous actresses come out, yes.
Oh, God.
And we're gonna have a red carpet again, so we're really kind of stepping up the premiere. We'll have a professional photographer there taking pictures of everybody.
That's right. And then
nice.
and then your son Alexander at the bar again.
My son Alexander, yeah, that's
helping. That's his forte, right?
His forte, yeah.
He's like, sir. Then he goes like this to the tip jar. And I'm like, oh, I thought it was one-time pay. It's like, no. Yo, let's give it up, buddy.
Oh, come on. I know my son's too shy to do that.
He did do that, but I did think it was a one-time pay and then just drink all you want.
That would be nice.
That would
we need
be
to get
nice.
some sponsors. I'll
Yeah.
work on that for next year.
I have sponsors, or potential sponsors for beer, but you just let me know if UM allows it, because they're really iffy about campuses too, But yeah, what about camera sponsors? Any camera sponsors or film related stuff?
No, I mean, we have Thank You Budget Video, Dave Haylock. He's been a supporter of the 48 Hour for many years now, and he's coming on again. So if you go there to rent equipment, just mention you're with the 48 Hour Film Project, and he'll hook you up.
Yeah, they got a big warehouse.
Yeah.
I rented stuff from there before. Awesome.
Yeah, and their prices are really good.
Yeah, they're not bad. I got a Ronin there before, and they teach you how to use it. They have everything you could want, like you name it, they have it, and good prices, and a reasonable return time.
Right.
So the next day you return it like by 12 or whatever. So I was really happy when I rented stuff from there. How about there was like some type of sponsorship for an all-girl crew?
Oh, yes. Thank you for bringing that up. Okay,
Yeah.
so one of our teams, the 1310 Bandits, they won Best Film 2 years in a row.
Okay.
They have prior commitment, so they can't participate this year. But they called me up and they said that they wanted to find some way to stay connected to the 48, which I thought was really beautiful.
Yeah.
And they came up with this idea. We had the Women's Club do this last year. The Women's Club of Fort Lauderdale sponsored a team. So they are offering that sponsorship. All you have to do is get your little smartphone out, record a video, 1 minute, telling the Bandits why you think they should sponsor your team, and email it to Tabitha, and you can find her on Facebook, and if you want, just
Okay.
message me, and I'll connect you.
Tabitha
Tabitha Mudra.
Tabitha Mudra.
Yeah, or look for 1310 Bandits,
1310
and you can
Bandits.
find them that way, and send your film in. People are kind of slow to do that. I don't know what the holdup is, but they're picking up the registration, and then they have a wealth of experience, so you can even pick their brains and find out,
Yeah. You know what I think it is too? Because I heard about that in one of your earlier emails, and I thought about it. How many girls do I have on my team? And although I would have want more girls, like it's just I have about 3 or 4, including the actress, maybe.
Yeah, and how many guys?
Like 8, 9, 10.
Oh, really?
Like,
The guys are outnumbering.
yeah, but I was trying. That was me trying to integrate women into this more,
Which is important.
Yeah, my
And
assistant director's a female.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's cool. I found that from the beginning, like with the 48 Hour, when I first started competing, that there were, quite a few teams. In my travels, I've come across a lot of really powerful women who've been leading teams. And the other thing that I love about the 48 is it's very diverse. Usually on every team you can see, a lot of different ethnicities represented, which is cool.
Yeah, for sure. So, okay, well, they want like a 50% female crew. Is that what the 1310 Bandits?
Yeah, and I think they might, as long as the team leader is a female, maybe, or you have 50%, there may be some wiggle room there.
Okay.
So one or the other.
What if I identify as a female for one day when I send it?
You have that conversation with Tabitha. Let me know how it goes.
Things are really loose nowadays,
They
it's
are,
very
right?
open to
We're
interpretation nowadays.
taking the gender off the restrooms,
That's
right?
right.
So. But we definitely respect them trying to, bring up the women, considering with all that's happened in the last year in Hollywood. And,
I love that.
And
I love that.
yeah, and to bring it back to Ava DuVernay and Kate Blanchett and some of the other powerful women who were at Cannes, they staged a little protest, and
They did?
yeah,
There?
yeah, there
About what?
about equality and having inclusion,
Okay.
knocking down those doors of Hollywood that have left women making far less than the men, and not opening up the director roles.
That's
so.
beautiful that since they're in a position and have a platform now to be heard, that they didn't forget about those type of struggles, because you could easily make it and then just say, all right, well, that's their problem now. Like, I made it. I did whatever I had to do. I walked Oprah's dog for a year. I had whatever I had to do, and whatever. Now it's their problem.
Yeah.
But they decided to continue to speak up and stuff.
Absolutely,
So
yeah.
that's awesome. I do really commend them for that. Now, have you heard the news today? I got a pop up on my phone that someone else got caught in the Me Too movement. Someone very beloved.
Oh no,
Yes.
I've been running around doing interviews today,
God,
so
I'm
I
gonna
haven't.
upset you now.
Oh God.
Are you ready?
No, I don't know if I want to know.
I don't think you want to know either, but I might as well tell you now to get your reaction. Mr. Morgan Freeman.
I'm not surprised.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not?
No, I don't
That's
know.
the voice of God there.
There was some weird story about him years ago marrying his granddaughter or something weird like that.
Really? Like
Yeah.
on some, what's the other guy's name? The Woody Allen stuff?
Yeah, I think it was some kind of. I don't know. You know what?
I never heard
Let me
of
go
this.
back and read the stories. But
I never
so
heard of
Morgan
that.
Freeman, huh?
Yeah, he got caught in some allegations now. It looks like he's the next person to go down, which is really sad. I don't know. Although I really. Oh, and I heard a word today that I just found super funny. Mansplain. Have you heard this word?
No, what does that mean?
That when men try to explain for other men who get caught up, they're mansplaining. Oh, he's just locker room talking. Oh no, that's how it was during that time. It's called mansplaining now.
Oh, okay.
So like now you can't even, as a man, I can't defend Morgan Freeman. I just have to be like, oh man, sorry Morgan, because if not, I'm mansplaining. But like, I get it. I don't know the allegations, but it's really sad as a whole because he's beloved. I mean, he's been in the game, and I'm sure he's been through his own struggle coming up in Hollywood.
Yeah, I'm a little side-eyed at him because of that thing.
rumor?
Go back and Google that with his granddaughter. It was something strange that went down over there, and
That
his
just
personal
made you-
family that made me think. Yeah,
That's odd.
yeah, that's odd. I kind of felt the same way about Cosby years ago.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you saw that coming then.
I didn't see it coming, but he had totally turned me off when he started this press tour, and this was I'm talking way back, where he was going around on a news junket, and he was like criticizing black people.
I
and
remember
just,
that. Yeah, but wearing their pants too
yeah,
low.
just not even coming, to the table with any kind of intelligent argument. It was just this really
Rant.
Yeah, it was a rant, and it wasn't productive. It wasn't, how you encourage your brothers and sisters to be
Right.
better. It was
I forgave him for that because
chastising them.
Right, exactly, chastising. But it was around the time after he lost his son. His son was murdered, so it was like kind of understandable that he was upset.
I never liked him. That was it for me.
That
I
was it for
done
you?
with him. Yeah. I was done.
How would you suggest people of color motivate their brothers and sisters? Like, who's your main model that you think, oh yeah, he's doing it right or she's doing it right?
Well, I love what Ava DuVernay is doing. I love the topic that she's tackled with Selma and her documentary 13th. If you haven't seen it, everybody should watch 13th.
We saw it in school, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Mhm.
Oh. Big up to Miami-Dade, right?
It was a
Okay.
Netflix. No, Netflix is not part of a curriculum. It shouldn't be part of a curriculum, but fine. Yeah, sure. They shout out to
All
them
right, so
for
then
that.
you're going to have to say bad things about me too, because I used to show my class the Central Park, the documentary about the Central Park 5.
About the rape guys
Yes.
that were falsely
Yeah,
convicted.
and it was done by Ken Burns and his daughter. And if you haven't seen that one, that's another great documentary. I mean,
that's
if
good.
you want to understand how people are shafted and how you can't believe what you see in the headlines,
Yeah,
go
for
back
sure.
and watch, some of these documentaries. And I felt like I was teaching my students how to think critically
Of
and to
course.
understand that they need to go beyond what you're hearing, you know, in the
course.
headlines. And with all this fake news now, it's even worse.
Yeah, we're gonna go back into 13 for a minute because I found that one. I have thoughts about that. It's very angry. It has a very angry type of projection of how you should feel about these things, and I kind of didn't really like that. But as an educator, this is my thing. Like, if I criticize MDC, there's a couple of good professors that I really love. That I gave flowers to one of my professors on
Oh, that's
Valentine's type of
sweet.
thing.
Nobody ever gave me flowers.
Right.
None of my
exactly. Well,
students, anyway.
I understand the camaraderie within educators. That if I criticize a whole, you kind of feel it, but I don't mean it like that. I mean it. There's really great ones, and those I kind of hold dear. They're kind of my secret weapon. They're kind of my secret.
That's
I don't even want
nice.
nobody to know,
Oh,
you know, how
okay.
good they are, to just so I can learn more from them on a personal level. But as a whole, I don't mean to disrespect educators at all. I know that's not the example of everyone, you know.
Yeah,
So.
I know you do, and you know what, and we need people to speak freely. This is how we learn and we make the programs better. So it's constructive criticism.
Oh yeah, no, but I know I'm a little rough around the edge. I totally know that. But 13, so you love that film? That's.
I did. I was like, wow, here she is. You know, just the prison industrial complex, which is, you know, taking the place of slavery. It was just such an eye opener and so disturbing.
Yeah.
And to see it so succinctly spelled out for us so that we know what's going on, you gotta be aware.
Yeah, I love the Angela Davis portion of it, but like I said, do you hear what I say about like that it had a perception of anger, like it wanted people to be angry about it? Do you think anger is the right way to motivate and to get people awake about these type of things?
Yes, and I mean, as a storyteller, right? We tell stories. We want people to feel emotion. And I think there's something sad going on today where people are like dousing out their emotions with, I know some people need it, but a lot of people are you know, self-medicating and not understanding why they're feeling a certain way. And, you know, we have emotions for a reason, you know,
Yeah.
not just, you know, we want people to feel things, and feeling things motivates you to take action.
Okay.
Yeah, even if you're, you know, even if it's something personal, right? Okay, so as somebody who wants to nurture other filmmakers, of course, you know, this may sound cliche, but, you know, write what you know. But that's important because we all have our own individual stories, and you have experiences that I know nothing about and couldn't imagine and would love to, you know, learn from. And you putting those on paper and turning them into a film is opening up a world to me that I probably would know nothing about. So, you know, I'm inquisitive. I'd love to learn. And as a storyteller, some of your stories are going to make people angry. They're going to make people happy. They're going to make people cry. That's kind of like the measuring stick. They're going to make people excited.
Right.
So, yeah.
I hear that about stirring up the pot of emotions. I just think it's a slippery slope because, mainly for black people, because we were in that auditorium watching it, and we have people like-minded like yourself who want to learn these things. But other people who don't, who are just ignorant, just take that anger and then channel it into more anger or more ignorance. And, you know, not everyone, I think half of that viewership and audience is kind of taking it like that, because I think nowadays people are not really inquisitive like that and want to learn, especially in this social media savage mentality type of world. I don't know. I just thought that one was a very slippery slope type of documentary. I loved it, but I got it. You know, I get it for what I processed it through who I am. I didn't let it make me angry for what it was trying to show me.
Yeah.
You know?
You know, the truth is very painful sometimes, and I'd rather deal with that little pain and know how to avoid those traps of society and be able to look out for them. Like the two men who were kicked out of the Starbucks up in Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Did you see how peaceful they were during that arrest?
Yeah. They were too peaceful, actually. They didn't even want a lawsuit or anything.
Right. But, you know, and they didn't want to lose their lives either.
Yeah.
So learning how to deal in those situations to preserve your life, which to me is the most important thing, especially as a mother of a very big black man. I worry about him when he's out there.
Yeah.
People are going to look at him and perceive, him as a menace just because of his size. And, he's the gentlest giant you'll ever meet.
Right. You know what? That's true, because a lot of people forget. But a lot of people don't even know that that's the fear that you walk around with, as having a young son go out there. Yeah, people don't even remember that. Like, they don't think that that's real.
It's real.
It is real.
Yeah.
It's real. Thank God I'm caramel, I guess. I'm Hispanic. I go through it halfway. Like, depends where I'm at. If I'm in North Florida, oh yeah. They I feel it all the time.
You do?
Oh yeah, for sure. But if I'm here, obviously in Miami, whatever. But yeah, I got you. I hear you. I guess it is a way to learn how to be, right? How to be careful. Those type of things, like 13 shows you how to be careful.
And also, hopefully, okay, so maybe not everybody's going to take that anger they feel and channel it in the right way, but if 3, 4, 5 people decide, okay, we're going to take a stand and we're going to try to do something about it, then, bravo.
Sure.
Okay? Y'all can get angry if you want and go stomp off, but there's going to be people in the audience who are going to make a change. And, as depressing as things get, with the way politics go, and just when you think you've seen the most unbelievable thing in the news and you can't even understand why people are doing the things they're doing, somewhere somebody's doing something magnificent and changing the world to make it a better place.
That's absolutely true.
It's like our personal lives, we have our good days, we have our bad days, we have our battles. Sometimes we're on point and we're like killing it, and then some days we don't want to get out of bed, but
yeah, no, you're absolutely right.
Keep pushing forward and making a change. And
yeah, good. Man, I really am burning my bridge with Ava by criticizing. Now I'm criticizing her movie. I'm sorry, Ava. I'm really sorry.
Did you not like Selma?
Yeah, of course I like Selma.
Maybe you'll like A Wrinkle in Time.
Is that the one with Oprah that she's all like a magical?
Yeah, that's The Wrinkle in Time.
I haven't seen it either. I'm sorry, Ava. I'm sorry. I will watch all this.
And Queen Sugar. I think she's a producer of Queen Sugar, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Haven't seen that one either.
Oh, damn.
I'm sorry.
What are you watching?
I'm watching my own stuff and Netflix shows. I watch shows a lot.
What shows you watch?
I saw one recently, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. Have you seen that one?
No, what's that?
It's on Amazon.
Okay.
It's loosely based off of the life of Joan Rivers. It is so good. So good. The writing's good, the wardrobe's good, the setting, the camera work is magical. I suggest you watch that one. That one's really, and it's funny.
I love biopics, so I'll definitely check that one
out. It's a show. It's a show.
Oh, it's a show.
Yeah, it's a show. It's on Amazon Prime. It's about 8 episodes. It's on its first season, and then I just heard that it won like 2 Golden Globes already.
Wow.
Really good show. So I watch shows like that. Man in the High Castle. Have you ever seen that one?
No, I'm a Netflix person.
What shows are you watching?
I'm watching, and I'm like Johnny Come Lately. I just finished Chewing Gum. What else am I watching? Lovesick.
I've never heard of those.
No? See, we're like...
Yeah, we're totally...
You know what? It's such a niche market now.
Yeah.
That The Handmaid's Tale.
Oh, yeah, that one I heard about. Yeah.
Right. Did you see it?
No. I haven't seen it
Okay.
yet. Is that your favorite one?
That one, I binge watched that. It won some awards last year, and that was just phenomenal. It's one of those series you sit back and you're like, damn, why didn't I think of that?
Yeah.
Like, it was so brilliant, and it was so well acted, and everything about it was amazing.
I gotta check it out. Okay, I've had you here long enough. Thank you very much for coming. Plugs. So we got the 48-hour film festival. It's not too late to sign up.
Okay, it's the 48-hour film project.
Okay. Oh,
which is it's a festival, but the official name is the 48-hour film project, and we are the Miami Fort Lauderdale 48-hour film project. Mm-hmm. So registration is still open if you want to participate in the project, which kicks off June 1st, ends June 3rd. You can go to our website, www.48hourfilm.com/Miami-FL, and you can register. You can get caught up on all of our upcoming events, find out when the premiere screenings are. They're June 9th at the Cosford Cinema at the wonderful University of Miami.
Yes.
And then our premiere, our not our premiere, but our best of and awards party. We're going to take it back up to Broward County. We're going to the African American Research Library
Nice.
in the wonderful neighborhood of Destination Sistrunk, and we are going to have the awards there and
then
after
get-
party, and
yeah.
there'll be libations
And
and
they get sis drunk too, right? That's an appropriate name. I'm getting sis drunk for real if I
I'm
make it there. Where can they find you? You're predominantly on Facebook?
Yeah, I'm predominantly on Facebook. I'm trying to get with Instagram, but I'm trying.
It's
But
the best. I
catch
mean,
me on Facebook.
Yeah, to me, I like
It's
I
the
like
best. I
Instagram.
don't know. I can't keep up with it. It's like just
No?
pictures. I need words.
Okay, so Facebook, Cathleen Dean with a C, right? C-A?
Yes, Kathleen Dean with a C. Or you can email miami@48hourfilm.com. And you can follow me on Instagram. It's Miami48HFP. And I'm on Twitter and Facebook, too. Like us on
Okay.
Facebook.
Great. All right, Kathleen, thank you very much. Yeah,
All right,
I'm
thank you.
looking
This
forward.
was fun. Enjoyed talking film and politics and life with you.
Everything, right?
Yeah,
Everything
this
in
is
an hour.
this is like the coolest show,
Oh, thanks.
and it wasn't
thanks.
rushed.
No, it's not. It's like I like to have it like this. All right, we're out.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We're out.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
We're out.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.